Hey, it's Tricky Rick. I'm back here on Super Bowl Sunday to give you a couple picks. Of course, one of them being the Super Bowl, and I have a horse for you tomorrow at Aqueduct. Let's go with that one first. A horse I've been watching um, is running tomorrow in the ninth race at Aqueduct. It's a $25,000 maiden clamor at 6 furlongs on dirt. One problem with this thing is the weather may not be the greatest, but these are maidens, so um, anything could happen. But anyway, the number one horse, Tactical Pal, as I spit it out there. Right now he's a morning line of 6 to 1. I was hoping he'd be a little higher, and we'll see how it plays out with the weather and all. I'm going to tell you right now, this horse is going to close hard. He's learning how to run. He's understanding what he's supposed to be doing. So hoping you can get a better price, about 8 to 1, 9 to 1, with the weather being more of an issue. So hopefully, if you do bet it, you can get a better price than 6 to 1. Not that that's bad, but that's in the at Aqueduct race 9, number 1 Tactical Pal. Now getting to the Super Bowl. First, right up front, I really want to see Denver and Peyton Manning win. A couple different reasons. I like Manning. I think he deserves to have 2 Super Bowls. This comparison with Brady drives me crazy. They're both great quarterbacks. I don't know why we insist on comparing these people, and so much emphasis is put on winning the Super Bowl, which obviously is the bottom line. But when you're comparing individual statistics and individuals, it takes a lot to win a Super Bowl, a lot to win a championship, and it just doesn't come down to one individual. But I'd like to see him do it. I think he's a good guy. He's been good for the sport. I just would like to see him. Plus, there's the defensive end for Denver. I'm sorry, he's a defensive tackle. Is a kid that grew up a couple towns away from me here, and I watched him play high school football. So I'd be rooting for Denver, but you can't root and bet with your heart. So here's my take on the game. I like Seattle. I like Seattle to win pretty easily, actually. I like it 34-17 Seattle, and here's why. Well, let's go to the statistics. The one big stat that jumps out at me: 5 times in the Super Bowl, the best offensive team has faced the best defensive team, and the best defensive team is 4-1, and with an average winning margin of probably around 14. So that's a stat right there in itself you got to look at. But I think a couple different things I like. I think Seattle plays very well against pocket passers. Last weekend, Kaepernick ran all over him. Peyton Manning's not going to run all over him. As much as I'm not a fan of Richard Sherman, he is a great corner. The other guy's a great corner. They could blitz a little more knowing that they have these corners. Manning releases the ball as quick as anybody. So those receivers, knowing that he's going to get some pressure, might jump some routes. And you could see the ball going the other way maybe once. Secondly, I think I'm not a big fan of Russell Wilson. Long term, those quarterbacks don't pan out because they need their legs and they lose their legs after a while from being hit and pounded so much. But in this game, he's going to be able to create with his legs balls that can get deep. And Denver's safeties don't defend the deep ball very well. They're great at supporting the run, which Seattle's going to want to do with Marshawn Lynch, who's a punishing runner. But I think you can get deep on him. Now, they got Percy Harvin back. He's played about a half a game all year. I don't think he's going to be the threat that everybody thinks he's going to be. But in the minds of the Broncos, he may be. And I am looking for the kid Doug Baldwin to step up and have a big game. In fact, I will make a prediction he's going to be the Super Bowl MVP, the receiver from the Seahawks. They have good tight ends, the Seahawks. They have a good running game, as does the Broncos. They have a decent running game too. It's a good matchup. It's going to be a good game. I think the weather is going to be good enough. But if it rains, it's, But the bottom line is it's the same for both teams. So if Manning was playing in freezing temperatures, he has a terrible statistic against that. But that's not going to be the case here. But with everything said and done, I think that Seattle's defense is going to be better than the Broncos' offense. So I like Seattle to win 34-17. I just hope it's a good game. So enjoy your food, enjoy your games. Watch the weather tomorrow in New York. It's supposed to be snowy, but at number 9, at the 9th race at Aqueduct, number 1 Tactical Pal. Good luck.